Hello everyone. Today we will see a multi-stack variable reluctance stepper motor, which is another type of variable reluctance stepper motor which has a different, or you can say multiple stacks for rotor as well as a stator. Okay, so when we compare this multi-stack with the single stack variable separate VR stepper motor, so we can see that this multi-stack VR stepper motor has higher torque to volume ratio. Okay, so I will write it here. So it has higher torque to volume ratio. So this ratio is higher. Also, when we talk about the efficiency of this multi-stack variable reluctance stepper motor, so it has higher efficiency than a single stack stepper motor. So in this diagram you can see that each phase, or you can say each phase has a separate rotor and you can say rotor sections called stacks. So the stator stack consists of silent poles with winding. So you can see in this diagram, so these are the stator stacks which are available, and these are the rotor stacks. So it has a separate stack for stator as well as separate stack for rotor. Also you can see that the stator has a winding, so this marks is represents the winding of the stator stack. Okay, also, and rotor does not have any winding. Fine. So the stator stack is you can say a silent pole where it has a winding and rotor does not have a winding. And then when we talk about the coils, or you can say, which you can see in the next diagram, so this is your switching circuit of a multi-stack variable stepper motor. So it has a three phase multi-stack variable reluctance stepper motor. So ABC. Okay, so this coil, all these coils of the stator stack are connected in series, and all the poles which are facing towards the rotor becomes north and south when they are excited. So you can see that they are in the north to the south when they are in the excited. Is that fine? So the you can see that magnetic circuit of each stack is then independent to the others. Okay, so usually when you see this diagram, so it has a stator is also having a teeth. Okay, as well as a rotor is also having a teeth. You can see that this is the teeth of rotor, this is your rotor, and this is your stator. So this is the winding of the stator. Okay, and it has a teeth. Okay, so your teeth, these are the teeth, you can say. So teeth and slot. Okay, so this is my stator, and then this is my rotor. This is my rotor. Okay, and this is, you can say, teeth of my rotor, and this part is, you can say, slot. Okay, just hold on. Talked about the rotor. So okay, so this is, you can say, this is your stator, this is your stator, and this is your rotor. Okay, and these are the, you can say, teeth of rotor, and this is, you can say, slot. Okay, so it has, you can see that this diagram I have drawn it. Okay, this is like this, but it has a teeth and it has a slot. Okay, so this is particularly for stator, this is particularly for the rotor. When I talked about when any coil is energized, so it will produce a magnetic flux. Okay, and which will attract your rotor towards the stator. Okay, as you can see that this is you can say, when this is energized, so this is kind of uh, you can say the flux. Okay, these are the flux, and this is teeth. Okay, so this is, you can say, a magnetic flux is produced, and it will attract your stator to the rotor. Okay, so both are, you can say, aligned to each other. Both are, say, aligned to each other. This is when applicable, when the stator is energized. Fine. So now this motor, okay, so the when your rotor stacks are you can say unwounded, or you can say they does not have any winding, and it has a teeth, okay. So your rotor stacks are you can see here they are mounted on this shaft. Okay, so this is what the shaft of the rotor stack. Okay, they are mounted on the shaft, your rotor, and this is your stator frame, and this is also a stator frame. Okay, and these are your stators. So the initially when this is your switching circuit, and this is stator and rotor of stack C. So you can see that in this particular diagram we can see that it has a three stator, okay, and each stator number of stator poles is equals to number of rotor poles. Okay, so three stator stacks are there, okay, and then three rotor stacks are there in the diagram. So and also this diagram particularly shows that it is a three phase, okay, three phase circuit, or you can say it is a three phase. This is your three phase. Also, it has number of teeth. When we count the number of teeth, so it has a two pole multi stack variable reluctance taper motor. Okay, two poles means it has two poles, and then it has eight rotor teeth. So rotor teeth are 8, okay, and when you calculate its angular displacement, okay, so three stator stack carries the winding and which corresponding to the three phases, and when you calculate its displacement, or you can say angular displacement of this particular rotor, it will be like 15 degree, okay, it will be like a 15 degree of displacement. You can calculate it, okay, based upon the formula which I have given you in the earlier class or earlier video, where we studied a single stack variable reluctance taper motor. So the rotor teeth of, you can say, the stack A, rotor teeth of the stack A, see here in this diagram. So this is the stator and rotor of stack A. So here your rotor and stator teeth have a mechanical shift, or you can say it has angular displacement of 15 degree. In this diagram it has been shown. Okay, and whereas in this diagram your stator and rotor of stack B has been shown, where both the teeths, okay, where the teeths are aligned. You can see here the teeths are aligned to each other. Alignment means what? That rotor teeths, okay, so teeth of the rotor will be matched with the teeth of the stator, so they are called as aligned. Okay, so both are aligned. So in this particular diagram it has been shown that your stator and rotor of your stack A, okay, they are 15 degree rotated, okay, 15 degree rotated, whereas in this diagram where it has shown that stator and rotor of stack B, okay, they are aligned to each other. And when we call it as aligned, whenever there is a energizing of this B, when we actuate this B, or when we close this switch S2, okay, then your this phase winding, this is your B phase winding, will be excited, or you can say energized, whereas this S1 and S2 are not energized. In this case you can see that your stator and rotor of stack B are aligned. Okay, okay, and they are and others are, that is your A winding and C winding are you can say angular displacement is there of 15 to 30 degree. Okay, so we can see it here. So this is the relative positions which I have shown here. Okay, relative positions of rotor and your stator. So initially your stator is, this is your stator teeth. Okay, so you can consider this is your teeth. This is your teeth of the stator, and this is, you can say, a slot of the stator. Then again this is your T. These are the teeth of the rotor. Fine, T of the stator. Okay, whereas now we have a winding. Okay, so a rotor stack is given with A phase, B phase and C phase. So three phases are there. Okay, so when I talk about this displacement, okay, this is, you can say, these are the teeths which are displaced. So in the first initial condition, your B, or you can say your S2 is as I said in the here S2 is closed. Okay, so your B phase winding are energized, B and B dash. Here one is called as B, one is B, and one is called as B dash is energized. B and B dash is energized. So this particular there will be a flow of, you can say, magnetic flux. Okay, now see here, come back to this diagram particularly. So when you see this teeth, okay, so these teeth are aligned to each other, you can see that. Okay, they are this and then this, so they are rotating, they are attracting to each other. Your stator and rotor are attracted to each other because their teeth are aligned. See here for B and this your stator. Okay, so they are aligned allwhere or everywhere, they are aligned. Okay, in this case I have energized, or I have you can say your B phase is on. Okay, B phase is on means your S2 is closed. Here in this case you can see that your S2 is closed. S2 is closed, that's why your B is on, or you can say B phase is energized, and that's why your stator and rotor of B is aligned to each other, are aligned to each other in all the conditions. Okay, so when they are aligned, their magnetic flux is produced. Okay, so this is in terms of B phase is on. Whereas you can see that for particularly A and C, you can see there is a counterclockwise, or you can say anti-clockwise displacement of 15 degree for C types of rotor. Okay, so C type will rotate to the 15 degree to the counterclockwise, or you can say anti-clockwise 15 degree. Okay, in all the positions. See here, this is 15 degree, again it is going to this, and then again it is displaced to the 15 degree. When you plot a line here, you will understand that they are at a 15 degree of displacement, A and C. Okay, in the another case, when your C phase winding is on, or your C phase is energized, at that time again you can see that there is a counterclockwise displacement of a rotor of stack A of 15 degree. Okay, and your stack C is displayed to the displaced to the 13 degree 30 degree. Okay, so this is when your C phase is on, or you can say your S3 is close. S3 is close. Fine. And in the third case, it is showing that A phase is on. That means your S1 is close. S1, that is your S1 is close. And then you can see that this is your stator position and this is your rotor position. So you can say that this is your stator and your rotor, your stator and your rotor are aligned. So stator and the rotor A, rotor stack of A is aligned to each other. Okay, and others are displaced. So here you can see that B is displaced to the 15 degree. So this is what the relative position of a rotor and a stator of after the switching. If you want displacement to be changed, then you have to change the rotor, then you have to change the rotor tips, or you can say number of stator stacks and rotor stacks. Fine. So for this multi-stack variable reluctance taper motor, I think I have explained you what is possibility of this multi-stack variable reluctance taper motor. So it has a multiple stack for rotor as well as a stator. Okay, and its displacement is decided by which coil is energized and which is not energized. So in this case, the 15 degree of displacement has occurred. Okay, for this particular diagram, or you can say, so you may have consider. Okay, you may consider another you can say another displacement. Okay, where what you have to understand is, if you have a 10 degree, if you have uh, if you have a 10 degree, or if, let us say you have a 7.5 degree of, you can say, a rotation. Okay, then what happens? So I'm just drawing one diagram. Okay, here I will draw. So this is my stator, and then I am drawing a rotor for A, for B, and for C. These are the three phases of rotor. Stator is also with this diagram. Okay, so when I am having 7.5 degree of displacement, when I energize A, so when I energize A, so all this will be aligned to each other. Okay, so all my teeth, okay, these are the teeth. So teeth are aligned and then it will gives you magnetic flux. Okay, and they are aligned. So this condition is called as aligned. Okay, when S1 is closed, when S1 is closed, so 7.5 degree. When my S2 is closed, S2 is closed. Here S1 is closed means S2 and S3 are open. S2 is closed means S1 and S3 are open. Fine. So in S2 is closed, so my B phase is energized. Okay, B phase is energized and it will give me a displacement of 7.5 degree. It will give me a displacement of 7.5. So initially, so this is you can say a 7.5. Okay. So this displacement is 7.5. So again there is a 7.5 should be here. Okay. Again there is 7.5. So 7.5 displacement will be there. Again for C it will be like a 15 degree of displacement is there. This is 7.5, this is 15 degree. Okay. So this total displacement is 15 degree. 15 degree. Okay. So I hope you understand this. Okay. If you have any doubt you can ask me.